Are you dreaming of becoming a U.S. citizen in 2024? Do you want to understand the various paths to achieve this goal? If yes, then this video is just for you. So welcome to Direct U.S. Immigration's channel, where you get direct access to our most up-to-date immigration and global mobility space. I'm an immigration attorney with almost a decade's worth of experience, and today we're going to talk about the different ways to become a U.S. citizen in 2024. Stay tuned. Tuning in, my name is Maitreya Brown and I am a U.S. immigration attorney based in Washington, D.C. I am also the principal attorney at Direct U.S. Immigration, where we work with clients in all 50 states and around the world. Before we start, click on the like and subscribe button to follow our Immigration Hub to get the latest immigration information that could be vital to your case. And also, be sure to stick around until the end to get a bonus tip on additional benefits of holding U.S. citizenship. Individuals worldwide have visions of the American dream and will sacrifice so much to immigrate to America and seek citizenship. Arriving to the land of opportunity is the first step in a long journey to citizenship. Most immigrants stay in the United States legally by getting a green card, which is also known as becoming a lawful permanent resident. So in this video, we will talk about how to become a U.S. citizen. U.S. citizenship carries tremendous privileges, rights, and benefits. Now, there are several fundamental ways to become a U.S. citizen, and they include citizenship by birth in the United States, citizenship through derivation, citizenship through acquisition, citizenship through naturalization, through the diversity visa lottery, through employment, and through investment or entrepreneurship. Most immigrants in the United States become citizens through the naturalization process. In fact, an average of almost 1 million permanent residents apply for naturalization each year. And of course, this is outside of the individuals who are actually born in the U.S. That's, of course, second to that. So let's talk about citizenship through birth. So under United States law, any person born within the United States, including the territories of Puerto Rico, Guam, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the Northern Mariana Islands, is automatically granted U.S. citizenship. There is an exception for children of parents who are foreign diplomats. As most Americans are born on U.S. soil, this is the most common way to become a U.S. citizen. The next three paths address ways foreign nationals can obtain citizenship. So next is citizenship through acquisition. In some circumstances, a child automatically acquires citizenship even though that child was born outside of the United States. At least one parent needs to be a U.S. citizen at the time of the child's birth, and several other conditions must be met. If and when the child grows up and marries and has children, those children may also acquire U.S. citizenship at birth. The ways a child can become a U.S. citizen through acquisition generally include the following. So both parents were U.S. citizens. So this requires that both parents were U.S. citizens at the time of the child's birth, and the parents were married at the time of birth, and at least one parent lived in the U.S. or its territories, or both, prior to the child's birth. The second is if one parent is a U.S. citizen, or was a U.S. citizen. So a child born in wedlock to one U.S. citizen parent and one non-U.S. citizen parent on or after November 14th, 1986, is entitled to citizenship providing the U.S. citizen parent had been physically present in the U.S. for 5 years, where at least 2 of those years were after the child reached the age of 14. If the child was born out of wedlock to a U.S. citizen mother and was born on or before June 11th, 2017, the child is entitled to citizenship providing the U.S. citizen mother had been physically present in the U.S. for at least 365 continuous days prior to the birth of the child. Now, please note that periods spent overseas with the U.S. government or military or as a dependent is not considered for the physical presence request. Now, for a child born out of wedlock to a U.S. citizen mother on or before June 12, 2017, is entitled to citizenship, providing the U.S. citizen mother had been physically present in the U.S. for at least 5 years, or at least 2 of those years were after the child reached the age of 14. Again, please note that periods spent overseas with the U.S. government or military or as a dependent is not considered for the physical presence request. Now, for a child born out of wedlock to a U.S. citizen father is entitled to citizenship, provided the U.S. citizen father had been physically present in the U.S. for at least 5 years, again, where at least 2 of those years were after the child reached the age of 14. In addition, the U.S. citizen father must acknowledge paternity and agree in writing to provide financial support for the child until she or he reaches the age of 18. To obtain official documentation from the U.S. government that a person acquired U.S. citizenship through one of the previously mentioned methods, the applicant must file Form N-600, which is the application for certificate of citizenship. Now, the third way is through citizenship through derivation. So when a parent naturalizes his or her children under the age of 18 and living with the parent at that time, may derive U.S. citizenship automatically, provided that they are also permanent residents. Moreover, a child who gets U.S. citizenship through derivation does not have to participate in a naturalization ceremony. Generally, foreign-born children under 18 automatically acquire U.S. citizenship if 3 requirements are met. First is that the child must have U.S. lawful permanent resident status, so basically a green card holder, and at least one parent must be a U.S. citizen, and the child must reside in the United States in the legal and physical custody of that U.S. citizen parent. Now, it is important to note that citizenship cannot be derived from a step-parent unless the step-parent adopts the child. Now, fourth is citizenship through naturalization. Naturalization refers to the process in which a person not born in the United States voluntarily becomes a U.S. citizen. For foreign-born persons, naturalization is the most common way to become a U.S. citizen. Several requirements must be fulfilled before an individual can apply for citizenship. Generally, applicants must be 18 years old and fall into one of the following 3 basic eligibility categories. So either 5 years as a permanent resident, 3 years as a permanent resident who has lived in a marital union with a U.S. citizen spouse for at least 3 years, or a qualifying service in the U.S. Armed Forces to include service of 1 year in the military or have served during a period of hostility. A permanent resident starts the naturalization process by filing N-400, which is the application for naturalization. These are the 3 most common eligibility categories. Most naturalized citizens come through one of the previously mentioned paths. Now, fifth is citizenship through the diversity visa lottery. So the diversity visa lottery is also known as the green card lottery. It is a U.S. immigration program that provides approximately 50,000 green cards annually. The visa allows foreign nationals to live and work permanently in the United States. It is usually available to people from most countries across the world. The only exceptions are those born in countries with high immigration rates to the United States, which typically include Canada, China, India, Mexico, and the UK. The U.S. government offers and regulates the diversity visa lottery program through the Department of State. It can be considered one of the easiest ways to get U.S. citizenship, as once you are selected in the lottery and obtain your green card, you only need to wait 5 years before you can apply for citizenship. Through this avenue, you would apply via naturalization. Sixth is citizenship through employment. Now, there are several ways to get a green card based on employment. Having an employment-based permanent resident status or green card for 5 years will make you eligible to apply for U.S. citizenship. About 140,000 employment-based immigrant visas are issued each year, and through this avenue, you would apply via naturalization again. Now, number 7 is citizenship through investment or entrepreneurship. So citizenship through investment is another avenue for a foreigner to become a U.S. citizen. You can do this through a National Interest Waiver green card or through an EB-5 program. Through either program, you must hold permanent resident status for 5 years before you can apply for citizenship. And through this avenue, you would also apply via naturalization. Now let me share with you a brief story about one of my clients, Maria. Maria was originally from Brazil, and she moved to the United States when she was just 18 years old with the dream of studying and building a better life. She worked tirelessly during the day in a restaurant within its marketing division and studied late into the night, all while navigating the complex U.S. immigration system. Despite numerous challenges, including language barriers and financial struggles, her determination never wavered. She always said, "I want to be a U.S. citizen. This is where I belong." In 2020, after years of hard work and perseverance, Maria finally achieved her dream. She passed her naturalization test with flying colors and became a U.S. citizen. I still remember the joy and pride on her face as she held her naturalization certificate. It was an emotional and rewarding moment. So Maria's story is a testament to what can be achieved with determination, resilience, and the right guidance. Like Maria, you too can navigate the path to U.S. citizenship. As promised, here's some bonus information that you may not know about. So, U.S. citizenship has many advantages. Becoming a U.S. citizen entitles you to benefits that are not available to green card holders. These include the right to vote, the ability to travel around the world with a U.S. passport, which is one of the strongest passports in the world, the opportunity to sponsor relatives to obtain a green card or U.S. citizenship. You cannot be deported to your country of nationality or previous citizenship. No loss of status after long trips outside of the U.S., possibility of obtaining government jobs, scholarships, and other benefits. Children automatically become U.S. citizens. You can serve on a jury, exciting. Obtaining citizenship for children born outside of the United States, and you can qualify for federal jobs. So last but not least, be sure to check out the caption below this video. We've got questionnaires for different types of visas so that we can help you determine which visa is most appropriate for you. And if you're traveling soon, we also have a list of some of my travel favorites. So I hope you found this video helpful. Subscribe if this content or information helps you in any way. Comment below if you want me to talk about something in specific. And share this resource widely because you never know who needs answers to these questions. Additionally, if you have any specific questions about this video as they pertain to your unique circumstances, please schedule a consultation with us, also at the link below, and I'll see you in the next video.